end of the year, which is, I don't know, it's kind of surreal. I don't know, I felt like this year has passed me by pretty quick. You guys let me know what the year has done for you, but I feel like I have hit a lot of milestones. I've hit some goals this year. I'm really like super proud of myself for where I am right now in my trading journey, in life in general, the growth that I've been able to, that God has been able to give to me. So I am super excited and ready to jump into 2023 and see what that holds, and looking forward to some of the newer things that are coming in for 2023. So anyway, let me get my screen pulled up a little bit here, and then we're just going to jump in again, just trying to keep the video as close to quick as possible. But I do, I'm going to jump into a couple things and in depth in a couple things, and just try to go through it or get through it fairly quick. Okay, so I think I said on my last video of last week that I was actually working on a technique or a strategy that has been really profitable for me so far. I don't know if it's because of the set it and forget it that it's kind of provided for me, so I'm not really watching the charts as much. I don't know. It's just it's like a confident space that I'm able to trade in. So I will tell you a little bit about a little bit of the strategy. I don't want to go in depth too deep because I do plan on making an in-depth video about, just all the steps so that you can kind of follow from there. So we're going to start with AUD. I did jump out and kind of do some of the some of the levels, marked up some of my levels already on the monthly chart because it's just a little bit easier to do so. So when it comes down to AUD, what I have been doing, I should say, let's start there. What we'll start with is what I have been doing, not going in full depth exactly on the strategy, but just a little bit. I've been working more in levels. So instead of longer holding, I noticed that I was like starting to get to the place where I would get impatient, then I would get into profit, and I'd be well into profit, and then because I wasn't 100% sure, I'm still kind of learning exactly when to get out the market. I've lost like $400 at one, in one trade, and it's easier for me, from what I'm noticing, to actually work in levels. So this will be like our next level. I'm waiting to see what price is going to do once it gets up into this space. What I'm thinking, or what I'm noticing, the pattern that I'm noticing is that price, and I've noticed it before, but for some reason it just feels a little bit different this time. Price will go up, touch, come back down, test, sometimes touch again, go back down and test, and then sometimes it'll break through, then it comes back down to that level. So what I'm looking at is, I'm going to actually change if I can. I can't. Okay, no problem. So I'm looking at this space right here. Let me take this off so that we can get a clear view. So that space that's sitting in between there, I'm going to actually change the color of it. That space that sits right in between where price came down at and where price had once, tried to break through that resistance, has now basically, when it comes back down to touch and then it goes back up, is turned into support. So it's no longer resistance. And I've noticed, like, working in spaces and working off of just the levels in smaller kind of increments, off of the daily and the 4 hour, have been really profitable. I've been actually really, it's been super fun. I've been loving it. So that's what I've been kind of doing. I have been setting, I've been placing a trade and then setting it up so that if it doesn't go that direction, then it goes into the other direction as soon as it clicks out. Kind of like a hedging situation. Now, again, I will go into that in another video, but I just want to jump back into kind of what the weekly looks like. Just wanted to give you guys that little bit of an update as to what I'm working on, that I am freaking super excited about it. Okay. So from what it looks like, I am personally waiting for price to get through here, and then we can see it working on getting through up into this next level. So I'm also looking at my EMA, checking to see where price is at, how below my EMA it is. And then once it gets above the EMA, then I know that there's pretty decently clear shot. We'll see some consolidation probably around this area because this is where prices touched before, and then we'll more than likely see it get up to here, and then from there we can probably zoom out to like the monthly and see exactly what we can potentially be looking at for the future. But as of right now, it does look like it is headed in a bullish direction. Now we'll just have to see what happens when it gets to this guy. This is the monthly, so we'll have to see what happens when it gets here. More than likely it may be a little bit of a rejection and maybe like a deep pullback somewhere up in here, so we'll just have to keep an eye out on AUD. I do not plan on putting any opening any positions on AUD as of right now. So we're gonna scoot on over to EU. On EU, I know that, I guess I should say for all US dollar pairs, there is news Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. So that's something to look out for because they're high impact. So you could see a change in direction or just a large move. So keep that in mind. Be careful of stuff like that. Like if you see it could potentially be a large move on the US dollar. So that's something to look out for. So on EU, let me get out to the monthly. Again, I've already kind of marked it up with where I feel like are some really common areas and to watch what happens with price once it gets to that space. So in order for me to feel like there is a change in direction, I need to see it get past this lower high right here. So again, this is the monthly. It's going to take a minute for it to actually get up here. So, but in the meantime, you can still trade the smaller moves on the smaller charts while you're kind of waiting to see what price will do once it gets past this lower high. Let me get to the daily so we can and I'll let you know what I'm thinking. So essentially what we could see, it's already tried this level a few times. Essentially what we could see is a little bit of bouncing back and forth in this particular area. So I'm gonna wait, but essentially with the technique that I'm using, once price hits this space right here, I'm going for a sell. So then price will go back down to here, and then once price hits here, I'm going for a buy. And then just kind of back and forth until price actually breaks out. And then in that position or in that instance, you would actually have something set up so that just in case it does break through, depending upon the direction that you're going, you can kind of hedge it. As of right now, I am waiting to see what price is going to do or if it gets past this level in order to open up a position on EU. So that's EU. Let's see what UJ is doing. I think I was actually pretty interested in UJ, but we're gonna see, more than likely. More than likely, we could see, let me get this guy here. Ooh, shoot. I'm just waiting to see what price is going to do. We could potentially see a little bit of a bounce back or some static up in here. Not 100% sure. It does look like it is headed in the bearish direction, but it would have to pass. Let's see. Once it gets past here and it's still going strong on a bearish, then it looks like we've changed direction. So we're no longer bullish. We're headed in a bearish direction. But again, it's a little bit of waiting. I'm waiting to see what price is going to do when it gets here, because again, on the monthly, it looks like it is headed on the bearish, but we got to see what's going to happen up in this section. If it bounces, bounces pretty much we're on the level that we're on, and then continues straight up, that's just a small or a deep pullback rather. So I'm waiting. No position set up as of yet for USD JPY for this week. So GBP USD is actually not looking too bad. It's looking like it is headed in a bullish direction, kind of where it is right now. But we have to see what's going to happen at this level. Now, if price heads back down, I can't see it going much further than this before we start to see some more consolidation and possibly price may change direction, you know, and alongside working with all of the other confluences, I'm still using my RSI as well as my Hakanashi as confirmation or confluence to check and see exactly what price is getting ready to do. Looks like from right here on the Hakanashi that we're looking at a potential indecision on that last candle. However, it's just something you got to keep your eye on, because right now we're still under the 50, and then I use the Hakanashi in alignment basically with the RSI. So GBP, or excuse me, yes, GBP USD is looking, how is it looking? I am not 100% sure I'd be making or putting on any kind of position just yet with it. But it actually looks really good, especially looking at the EMA on the daily. This is why it's important to kind of channel back through a couple different charts. I will use kind of the monthly for my confluence or my confirmation, but mostly trade off of the daily and the 4 hour. So basically from the daily, it looks like we're headed bearish. Bullish, sorry. So I will be looking, I'm going to put a mark here because I will be looking at some positions on GBP USD this week. Let's go to US 30 and see what's going on. US 30 is actually in a good space. It looks like it is heading in a bullish direction, and it probably will continue until we can see some, you know, a little bit of static right here, because this is, again, previously where price had kind of touched. So we'll probably see a little something right here. Let me put a mark or a little something so we know. You could potentially, or will potentially, see a little bit of consolidation, probably up in this area, and then price may continue up, and we'll see exactly how far up or how much bullish up that we're going to see the US dollar. Again, there is the news that's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for US, so that's something to take into account if you're planning on trading on US 30, because it is a fucking beast and it will kill you for sure. Okay, so then let's see, GBP, I'm sorry, I'm trying to move through this pretty quickly just so that we're not on here for forever. GBP JPY. GBP JPY is looking bearish. I'm not going to lie. As of right now, from the daily, it looks a little bit bearish. Let's see what this monthly is looking like. Ooh. Let's see. Okay, so on the monthly, it actually looks bullish. So I'm not sure. I think right now, I would wait to see. No, I wouldn't wait to see. Me personally, this is giving me very much bullish. It looks like it's already rejected. Let me try to move this so it's not moving all around on you. It's rejected. This candlestick right here. Where's this guy? From right here to right here, super rejection. I would say I'm expecting, and I can put a note and double check and come back to it to see if that was what happened. I'm expecting price to shoot up. Maybe we'll see some consolidation. Again, we're seeing some wicks here, so we'll more than likely see some here. See a little bit of consolidation, but I do expect it to get to here, maybe come down a little bit for a retest, and we'll see if it bounces back and forth on some consolidation or if it's able to break through, and then we can see it move into the next level. So me personally, I am going to put a mark next to this one because this one is of high interest for me, and I'm looking to see some bullish movement on GBP. And the last one, let's go to NZD USD. I currently have a position open for NZD USD right now, waiting to see exactly what's going to happen, that I kept over the weekend because I was pretty sure on it. So I wanted to keep it as it was doing pretty well before the week had ended. So as of right now, funny enough, the position I think is on a bullish. I'd have to, let me see. I think I actually need to go back. No, it's on a buy. Okay. So right now I have a couple positions actually open for NZD USD on a bullish direction. So we'll wait and see, hold until we can't hold anymore, until it looks like the market may be trying to hit a rejection or a reversal, and then we'll go ahead and see what needs to be happening next. The reason why I'm still in this bullish position is because this more recent area of 2020, we didn't get too much further past here. We kind of punctured through this level of like, what is that? 5.6. So we kind of punctured through this level a little bit, but we were not able to get a close below here. So I feel like price will continue up for a little while. Now we'll have to see what happens once it gets, starts getting past these levels, and then go from there as to whether we're going to keep that position or maybe even open any more positions in that same direction, because we could then become, it could become more bullish, and then we'll look at seeing some type of reversal. But again, with the strategy that I'm using, I'm going to keep it in a buy till I see it hitting maybe this level about right here. I probably need to put something here indicating, because this looks like a good place where price had been kind of hitting at, or we could potentially see price hitting there again. Then I'm going to go for a sell and then again for a buy. And then we're just going to see how far up it's going to go, or how far in the bullish direction it's going to go with that. So I'll keep that a mark, because that is something that I am currently in that I'm still interested in. So that is it for the most part today. Just keep in mind of that news for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then I am kind of curious to see if you guys are experiencing being kicked off of MT4 yet, or have you experienced that as of yet, as they were supposed to be shutting that down. But anyway, I hope that this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe if this was helpful for you, or if there's something that you want me to go over in the future. Get after it.